Hello, everyone. Um, I'm just hanging around. If anyone wants to be around, feel free. Um, yeah, I guess we'll just get straight into it. Um, so if I am a little bit tired at the moment, I didn't really have 100% sleep, so I'm just gonna do what I can, um, and I'll just you know, get out to you guys and, just get the best I can do it. Um, so the topic that we're going through right now, it's about understanding our spirit realm, understanding how it affects us for right now, how it really plays this big role, making us better, making us into something that takes on a new perspective, bringing in new things that we're awaiting in our lifetime, things that we really need to take into ourselves. And that is a very big essential point. Here's the thing, I want to let you know that there are many things that await us, such as understanding the spirit realm, which is the spirit realm of uh, not only the dark, but of the light as well. But the light is what we're going to be focusing on for right now. The light realm is all about the heavens. It's all about the light star seeds. It's all about those that are above the galactic realm that is aligning with the light. So it's everything in creation or creator that is of that light. So the thing is that if we gather that information from them, the information that they're sending, such as what the world's going to be like in 5 years from now, what the world's going to be like in 10 years from now, what the world's going to be like in a split year. Um, so if we gather that information, then it's going to come into the sense of, yeah, okay, now I understand. Now there's something important coming along. Okay, now I get it. And when we go through that, it's it's really important to go through it. It's really important to gather that information. It's really important to kind of decipher it, to kind of understand it in our own ways, and it's bringing in new things that we haven't yet learned in the world. And if we do that, there's going to be lots of inspirations, lots of inventions, lots of innovations, a lot of creations, just all over the place. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be magnificent. It's going to be mind blowing. It's going to be world changing. And it's going to be of an essence that is not of only just of the world, but deep, inspiring part of your spirit. Deep, inspiring. So there's that. Then there is the connection with the spirit realm. The connection. A lot of you want to understand how to connect with the spirit realm. It is very easy indeed. All you need to know when connecting with these specific beings that you wish to connect with, the ones that are the very pure, the very deep inside light essence. If you want to connect with that, then really connect with them. Really connect with it. Like, for instance, say, Gaia, I am here to hear your wisdom. I would like for you to step forth and give me everything that you wish for me to collect. And when that is said, then Gaia is going to come in And all you need to hear from her in the beginning is simply yes. Simply that big yes. The meaning behind that, to really understand why these beings are either trying to connect to us or for us to connect with them, is really either of a healing sense, of a big connection sense, or maybe they just have a message for us and we need to hear from them. So those are the main big points that they await and for us to await. And with these beings, all you need to understand is that what comes out when we ask that stuff, when we ask, okay, can I connect with you, can I understand what you're giving to me? And when that happens, there's like very specific coming through, very very specific. It comes with the evidence and the manifestations. I know a lot of people don't like that word, but manifestations is a really, really powerful word to be said, a very powerful one. If you don't know what manifestation is, go right ahead, go research it. I am not blocking you away from it. I'm not knocking you away from you researching that, but it's going to mean a lot if you research manifestations and understand it. Then there is other points in spirituality, other points very much indeed. So there is the angelic realm. That is what we all have heard about and want to kind of get a connection with. But the more rare ones, the star seeds, the other galactical ones, such as the time and space people, such as Source, such as the Creator, all those types of beings and um, collections of energy. The reason why they're around is so then they can gather the information that's above them downwards. So then it can be gathered not just in the essence of the angelics, but to be gathered inside of the essence of here, home, Gaia, Earth, all that stuff. And it's to be gathered in us for us to integrate, for us to allow it to be of inspiration, be of connection, be of creation, be of this invention, be of this innovation. And they're bringing it down to us so then we can understand it. So then we can actually like be inspired by it, be creative with it, being able to create that essence. And it is not about the big time money that we're awaiting every single time, because the angels, they're not here to say like you got to do this and mainly just because of money. They are not deeply focused on the money. What they're deeply focused on is the spirit, and also as well as the mission that the spirit has. And if we focus on this spirit aspect and we focus on this mission, then there's the pride to move forward, to really push forward into what we've been wanting in our life, to really push forward to future technologies, to books to write, things like that. And if we do that, then there's going to be lots of books that maybe have not ever existed. books that have like really inspired not just us but to others, inspired life, inspired nature, inspired existence. It really like instead of us making these standard homes, making these standard buildings, making these standard foundations, things like that, we're really tapping into our spiritual sense and tapping into our higher selves and saying, wait a minute. So that's how we can create these futuristic places, these places that we've been dreaming about, that we've been wanting for a long time. And when it comes down to not just that, but also the aspect of understanding the future, it's not about only just about the future when it comes to the spiritual aspect, but it's also to let go of anything that held us back due to the past, or maybe something that is of the present that is still going on. So if we let go of that stuff, if we let go of anything that was of the past or of the hurtful present, if we get rid of that, then our lives is going to be fluorescent. It is going to be lively and very lovingly, and it's going to be so paradise and peaceful. That is going to be the beautiful essence inside of not just us but everyone else. If that uh, if that really takes place and it unravels love and light and happiness, all that stuff, then our lives is going to take on a new formality indeed. Then if we understand that, then there's going to be this big connection in not just the angelics, but everything that is of the light, everything that is of that spirit realm. So if we make that connection big time, then that's where everything that we have been previously been doing is going to change in a split second. So all you need to do is, not make a resistance to this big change, but to allow it to flow at a very peaceful, faithful, graceful way, allowing that to go as smooth as possible. And when we do that, then there comes this pride, this peace, this passion for doing something that you've been waiting for a long time. I I love it. It's beautiful. It's there's so much things that await all of us. And if we go there, then then that's where we can then gather our new um, foundations of it all. This this foundation of actually taking that in, of actually moving forward into what we have been awaiting for. So when that happens, then then here's the second big part of life, of this spirituality. There are a lot of you that do more um, readings, readings from spirit to the physical. So if you take the readings in, know that I am going to not contradict, but I want to express something that might have to happen when we do these readings. Notice that you should always clear yourself of anything that may be of this weird connection, a connection that might block you away from this main phase of connection. um, the main phase of connection with light, um, actually connecting with the angelics, the light beings, everything. And if we then really clear not just ourselves, but the room and the building, maybe the area of where we're at, or maybe you're strong and like you can really focus yourself to clear anything of existence, like really clear everything of existence, then just know that the energy has to be of a purifying sense. So the purifying sense is always around, it's always here for us, it's always cleansing, it's always changing the chaotic energy to the peaceful energy. And it's really here to send a more deep message, something that really means well to us. And when we do that, it's not to change officially for who you are, it is to take you to the step that you've been waiting for, the step that can help you to really like connect with these spirits, to really connect with the spiritual realm, everything that we've been awaiting in not just the physical realm, but our own spirit. So, also, there is another thing that I like to express with this thing about religion. There's a lot of things out there that say like, no, 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 I don't want any part of this spirituality. I no, there's so much. But the thing is that there's only a very select few that accept this, that accept the energy of light. I am not going to contradict anyone. I'm definitely not contradicting. But I want to let you know that there are a few out there that understand the peace of light. And also not the neutral, but the energy of nature. Just know that those two big things are very important in life. The third one, the one that uh, actually the four of them, only two are the best, and the other two are the ones that we need to critically be aware of, because the um, the and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. There's the negative sense, and then there's also the neutral sense. Those two, the negative sense is more like service to self, service to helping your own self and only yourself. Then there is the neutral sense, which it is not service to yourself nor service to others, but it is basically service to soul, service to soul. So there is nothing to serve your spirit, nothing to serve other spirits, but to service of your soul. So that is why we are, when we are in the neutral sense, that is why we are feeling very stuck. We can't move. There's no backwards movement, no forwards movement. There's only that stand still, where like you can't do anything. You can't do anything, basically anything. And if Anybody that is of the positive or the nature sense, then they actually can tap in and say, okay, do this and you'll change the essence of being stand still to really actually taking in the positive, really taking in the good stance. And if we then move into this reality of like really taking in spirituality, then it's going to be like, okay, it's not only just about the religion, it's not only just about the physics, it's not only just about the science, it's not only about the history. Culture is a part of this, but however, culture is not the underlying big, broad thing in life. But however, it plays a very specific role inside of spirituality. There's always this culture of um, us going through to actually like understand, okay, now what do we have about that is in this spirituality that we can align to? And if we do that, then, you know, it might sometimes, not all the time, sometimes come out as religious, but not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes it can come out as spiritual. The spiritual end is the most pure end, when the religious end is kind of like this temporary spiritual end, where it's like it's there just to help um, quite a few folks or people. In the sense of spirituality, spirituality is all about taking care of people, really sending the ultimate message of not just to that certain person, but to others as well. So then it comes out as, what do we do in this spirituality? What comes out as spirituality? The thing is that spirituality, it is um, not about darkness. It's not about the light, but it is the acceptance of the spirit, the acceptance of knowing what the spirit is, and it is not, and it's not mainly about you as a spirit, but it is also about other spirits as well. It is the existence of spirit. So it could take form as a being, it could be taking form as like this plasmatic, it could be taking form as like an orb, it could be taking form as a um as like this mist, it could be taking form as anything. All we need to know is that, is this spirit that we either see or that we either envision of the pure intent, is it good, or is it bad? So if we gather the essence of taking in the light and we ask, is this of the light? The only thing is that it's not you that answers that. It's the guides. It's the angelics. It's everyone that is tapping in with you that answers that. That is of the pure light. Those that are of that that maybe you are wondering if it might be not of a light but a dark sense, something that you just uh, hope to cleanse away. The thing is that you might get this immediate response of be careful or be very precise of what you do thing, that means that you can do what you can do, but be very precise with it. Be very specific with it. Because sometimes if you say anything of the light and truly, truly of the light, when you really see this not so good energy, then that bad energy is going to be more of like a drain. It's going to it's going to take that energy, and it's definitely going to be really. There's no doubt about that because these negative energies they really love to, and I know I'm going to say it, but they are going to feed on it. All right, I'm saying that because a lot of people want to hear that because they're running through the same thing that I'm expressing, and I just want to let everyone know that that are running through that to understand that, to know that if there's any being that is of the negative energy or that is of the ill content or ill intent, they actually can not erase but like to grab your energy and to have their side of transmutation where it's like it's changing the pure light into their own um, energy kind of a thing where they're gathering it in saying like ooh, this is so good, I love it, I'm taking it in, and they really don't do anything good back. They really don't. But the thing is that if anybody is trying to awaken, somebody that sees what they need to do but just have a hard time making it fully through, that means that they aren't negative and they aren't positive, but they are of the neutral sense. That they are stuck, that they are not completely taking everything that's good in to themselves and not giving it back to you, but they are trying to figure out how to do something good back, how to really catch up with their life and really like do something good, really really send something that is meaningful. And by the time that happens, there is this broad perspective. There's this broad perspective of, oh, wait, so this is how it should be. So that is their big click of a switch, click on moment. Something that really gets that aha. But then alongside that, there are some of those that are also of the neutral that are just like feeling like they're stuck forever. Like there's no right or wrong. Like they can't answer their question. It all comes down to that ultimate. Sorry, guys. I had a little bit of a word miswording. But anyway, I do want to say it's going to be that the words might be ending up you know missed, but the spirit the spirit is going to definitely gather that answer. It knows the answer. The spirit knows the answer. All it needs to be done with is that how can this soul gather it? How can the soul take in that answer? Okay? And if the soul takes in the answer, then the spirit can be able to shift upwards, move upwards into more areas of light. So just know that your life is always changing. It's always making a difference for itself. But know that every time is essential. Every time is very, very precise. It is very delicate. It is very um, meaningful. But also alongside that, know that time is infinite. Time is always infinite. There is everything that we can do to further ourselves, to further everyone else that is alongside us, but also know that time does not have an end. Time does not have this, uh, you know, end moment, this finish moment, this time of like, oh my God, I met my deadline. I can't move on. You know, there's this good impact, this change, this furthering, and we need to know, okay, here is our movement, here is everything that we've been wishing for, and man, am I happy. So then there is the ultimate question, more than just this temporary question, thing that we've been waiting for since we're stuck. But after this temporary question, then comes the ultimate question of like, what is our life all about? What is our life going to become? What is our life going to shift into? And for that instance, we can then take it in. We can really like shift into what we've been waiting for. And when we then shift it in, then there's so much things that are raveling in, so much things that are structuring together, things that are that are spiraling in such joy, and that is how it feels when we answer that question. And here's the thing, if we take in that question, our life is going to unfold at its massive way. It is going to unfold in this beautiful way, and it's going to spark your heart. It's going to spark your third eye. It's going to spark your throat. It's going to spark your crown. It's going to spark your solar plexus, and it's going to spark your sacral. It's going to spark your root. It's going to spark your soul star, and everything that's above that. Because if you spark all that, then you need to know, okay, now I've sparked it all, keeping all of those chakras sparked. Bring all those chakras into alignment with your spirit. So then that is the moment of, okay, now I can take everything that I am doing and really shift it into to existence. To shift that into, okay, now I can do this. Now I can really connect with not just my spirit, but other people's spirits to actually get a important um, instruction, an important connection, an important information across. And when we do that, then then it will come out as, okay. So there's that information, then there's that information, then there's that information, and there's that information down here, then there's that information, then there's that information, then there's that information, then there's that information. And when we understand, okay, now what is the ultimate answer? What is the ultimate answer to actually express, okay, what can I do to answer not just my ultimate question, but for everyone else's ultimate question? Then we take a step back, viewing it all, And then if one shines at its brightest, at its very purest, brightest light, then we would shift ourselves into it, really seeing the answer that lies underneath it, and really taking it in, really taking it in to not just ourselves, but to everyone else out there, to really answer not just our own question, but everyone else's. And this draws us back to okay, now if we are answering our question, will this answer their question? And sometimes it doesn't, which it's okay. It's okay if it doesn't answer the question fully. But however, that creates that inspiration of like, okay, now is there any other questions that I can pull out that really resembles this ultimate answer that I'm trying to find? And when that happens, we go searching wide and long. We start reading books, we start reading papers, we start writing down information, we start searching around for the cosmos and trying to take in this information. We start looking into our spirit and saying, okay, what is this ultimate answer that I need to find? And do not let this ego get in the way, because the ego is not what we need in order to connect into anything that we want to hear about. Just know that the ego doesn't have all the answers. It is not, nor does it really connect a lot with spirit. The ego is all about what we think, what we idealize. Instead, our heart, which is the spirit, our body, the center. If we really connect with both of those, then the ultimate answer is going to come up. And not look at it through the ego sense. And I think a lot of people think that I said ego. It actually was ego, because I think I might have slurred my word there, but it's ego. If you don't focus on the body and spirit, then ego is going to pop up. But however, if you focus on um, spirit and body, this thing that is beside the ego is going to show up, which is called the light mind. The light mind is something very pure, very important, very intriguing to listen to. And light mind, this light mind means a lot. We need to feel into it. We need to understand what it's giving. And if we connect all three of those things together, the body, the spirit, and the light mind, if we collect those three together, then we really can become really connected in spirit. Really, really, really connected in spirit. And it's not just going to be about the connection, but it's also very enlightening, really changing for who we are, from the hard times to like we're really having this wow moment. Like we're really like entering into our own enlightenment. And there are a lot of people that express all about the enlightenment and the light body and the light mind, and then the spirit of the light. So if you really, if you want to understand more about those specific things, go ahead. I might also as well make my own videos about those. But however, beside that, I'm going to have um, just uh, stuff. Um, out there for you that I would like you to look into. There are a lot of authors and talkers that talk about the light mind, the light body, the spirit of light. And if you connect into that stuff, a lot of information is going to sweep in. A lot of information that you are going to certainly need is going to come to you. The other thing is that if we then take into all this stuff, then it's really going to surprise us, really inspire us, really take into stuff that we've been waiting for. And there's that. There's that. There's all the information that the spirituality is all about. And I'm going to make another live at some point, but with someone special right beside me. I know they're not right now, but they will. They are going to talk about some very particular things indeed. So, we are going to be then talking about the cosmic self. Then, we're going to be talking about some of the astral beings. Then, we're going to be talking about um, enlightenment. Then, we're going to be talking about the faith of the heart. Then, we're going to be talking about many altitudes and breakages into the light for us to step forth with ourselves in light. And if all that stuff is gathered, then we can start to say, okay, now this makes sense. Now this really shifts in and really creates that essence, that deep essence. And that there, I wish for all of you to just enjoy that essence. Okay. But besides that, I'm gonna leave a little bit of some time for you guys to chat into the comment section. And by the time this is done, or if you want to do it, send likes, loves, share it if you want. Hit that notification button and hit the bell. And as well, I love you all, guys. Take care. And message for all of you, love and light. Peace.